What's that one song? You guys know what I'm talking about. It's like that's much better. Risk of Rain 2. Where do I even begin? One of my favorite indie games. I love it. I love roguelikes. I love indie games, and this game just makes it amazing. It's like if I took hardcore drugs, that's what Risk of Rain 2 would be. It's just so fun, so amazing, thrilling. I get the thrill. I get a massive amounts of adrenaline, just a massive amount of visual effects happening on my screen, flashing my eyes and burning my brain cells. It's something you can't experience, but this beautiful game had something bad happen to it. And I heard of the news. I heard of the disappointing news. I felt like that one guy riding at dawn in the 1800s telling everybody to wake up. Everybody wake up! Gearbox is coming! I had to watch in horror. A game I played and loved for so long is broken, bad, unplayable. But that's what other people said. I needed to try out this game, this DLC, for myself. Here comes the investigator, Scoosh. By the way, I only played for 2-ish hours, so I could refund it, just in case. This is my honest opinion and review of Risk of Rain 2 Seekers of the Storm DLC. Why did I deepen my voice during that intro? Now, some of you Risk of Rain elitists might attack me, but since we're on a time crunch, I can't go over 2 hours or too much over 2 hours because I want to refund the DLC. I did Artifact to command runs. Oh, you freaking idiot! You're playing Artifact to command. You don't get to choose your Risk of Rain items. Well, I played Artifact to command mostly because I prefer it, and also I wanted to see the new items. So yeah. Also, shut up! For my first run of the DLC, I decided to try out the new character, the new survivor, Seeker. Seeker? I hardly know her. And keep in mind, with these runs, I'm playing with a friend. My friend's like a total Risk of Rain geek. So he really gave me the deets and all the info about the DLC. Now, this run was like your average run. Let's talk about Seeker's kit. When I was playing Seeker throughout the run, she felt pretty nice, actually. I was pretty happy with how this character came out. Her abilities are sick. I don't think there's anything that needs to be changed. I think it is a bit disappointing. There's not as much customization with her abilities. I could be wrong on this, because I played for a very limited time, but I think it's a bit disappointing. Seeker doesn't have as many customization abilities as other heroes or characters will have. So I thought that was a bit disappointing, but I think Seeker is a pretty cool concept. I think it's ridiculous that to reach Tranquility State, I have to spam the R 6 times in a row. Why? Am I the only one who hates that? Why do I have to do it 6 times in a row on a cooldown of 10 seconds to res somebody? I feel like it should be I don't know, 4 stacks or 5 stacks. 6 stacks just seems a bit too much, might I say, guys. 6 stacks over the cooldown of 10 seconds. I mean, that's I feel like it's a bit unnecessary, guys. But now that I'm thinking about it, 6 or 7 rather. I meant 7 stacks the entire time, by the way. 7 stacks doesn't seem so bad. It makes sense now because you have to res somebody, and resing somebody is pretty big in a stage. But I don't know, man. Needless to say, though, I think her kit is pretty sick, and nothing really feels sloppy about it, truth be told. Now, I did hear that Seeker had a couple of bugs. I think one of them was the revive was not working at all. Personally, whenever I did res my friend, it only happened, I think, 2 times throughout the run. I resed them without any problems, but I haven't seen the bug where people will res themselves or something, and they're alive when the dead screen comes up. I think that's crazy. How do so many bugs arise like that? I think I've also seen something about her secondary, but I don't know about all that. Personally, I didn't experience any real bugs with Seeker, but I have heard that there are horrible bugs about her. So that is crazy. Where's the quality assurance? Anyways, throughout the run, I did end up in I think 2 new stages from the DLC. And let's just start off with this. Some positive stuff going on. The new maps from the DLC, the new stages are very nice and they look good. I'm actually very happy with them. But if you introduce 5 new stages, but no new stage bosses, That's a bit disappointing. No? I feel like if you're gonna add 5 new stages, you should add at least 5 new stage bosses, but there's not a single new stage boss. So if you go on a run and you encounter a DLC stage, it feels fresh for the DLC stage, and then when you fight the boss at the teleporter, it's the same boss from the base game. Why are there no new stage bosses? Like, you would expect that if there's 5 new stages, there'd be 5 new stage bosses, so that's pretty disappointing. Aside from the stages, there is a new boss, and on this first run, I had to go fight that new boss and try him out for myself. Now, to get to the boss, you come onto the stage, and the stage, listen, guys, I know I've been glazing the stages and the stage design, but this stage is actually probably my favorite stage, honestly. It's just such a nice stage. They got me doing Roblox obbies. Like, look at this. But I think it's such a nice stage. I have to give credit where credit is due, and credit is due right now. So after you complete this Roblox obby of a stage and get to the final boss, keep in mind, I did not know anything about this boss. Like, squat, nothing. I didn't even know the boss was the false sun. And man, this cutscene is so sick. It is actually so sick. Like, I love it. I kind of wish the boss is like that big statue in the back. My friend told me it's the first Risk of Rain's boss. I think that would have been sick to fight against. This guy, the false sun as a boss is kind of lackluster. Me and my friend were very strong, so we just kind of took it out like really fast. We didn't really get to see any of its attacks or anything. I've heard some of his moves are just straight BS, but I didn't really get to encounter that. He has 3 lives. I mean, that's cool, I guess. I don't know. There's not much else to say aside from that. It just feels, as a boss, he's like kind of lackluster. On to the second run. Playing False Sun, I had to try him out after unlocking him, guys, and I am again disappointed with the lack of customization and abilities. If I remember correctly, in Survivors the Void, Railgunner came out with like a full kit of like customizable abilities. Where is False Sun's abilities? Bro, like, where are any of these guys' abilities? Like, I can only choose like one new thing and that's it. I mean, that's kind of like disappointing. I feel like there should be at least a little bit more, maybe another primary, another secondary, but like, whatever. maybe his kit will make up for it. Maybe it's gonna be the best thing ever. Ching, ching, ching. It's okay. This kit is okay. There's not much else to it. I mean, it's cool to hold down, right? Like, do the little ground slam with the great sword. That's cool, right, guys? I can't take it anymore. This character sucks, okay? There's nothing really redeeming about this character. It's boring. At first, I saw people calling this guy a modded character, and when I played him for the first time, I was like, this guy doesn't feel like a modded character. Nah, I get what they were saying now. This guy just feels so... I guess the best way to say is just boring. He's just boring. There's not much else to it, really. Like, we had some creativity with Seeker, and Seeker felt nice, and I actually still do like and enjoy Seeker. But this character is just so uncreative. Like, I felt like there could have been so much more done with this guy. Like, Railgunner has a cool tech where you go... And then this guy is just like... down, 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 down. Like, it's just so bland. It's just so boring. Anyways, this run was pretty short, mostly because I got kind of bored of the character, and I just wanted to move on. So me and my friend rushed the boss. We weren't as stacked as we were last time, and you know, I have a complaint about the boss now that I'm fighting against it again with like noticeably lower, weaker like power and items. Why does he have a beam that can zap me for most of my health, but the amount of cover on the stage is so minimal? It's like we took like 1/4 of a block from the Stonehenge and then split it into like 6 different pieces. Like, there's just no cover. I hate that. But that's a pretty minuscule thing, I guess. For the most part, if you do longer runs, the False Sun as a boss is pretty easy to beat. Anyways, I got one shot and my friend just got beamed down. So, on to the next. For this last and final run, I didn't do anything insane. I actually just wanted to go back to playing Railgunner because I don't know if you guys could tell, I mentioned Railgunner quite a lot in the video. She is one of my favorite hunters and I enjoy playing Railgunner so much. So I went back to playing Railgunner. I'm just gonna go over some stuff about the DLC that I may have not covered. So you guys might be wondering, why didn't you play Chef, dude? I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Chef's kit looked horrible. It looked boring, and it looks like something I would not like at all. So I didn't really bother getting Chef, and that's just me being straight up honest. I could be wrong. He might be the best character in the DLC, but this is just my experience alone. I just didn't feel like getting Chef, and I just didn't want to try him out. Now, on the case of items on the DLC vary a lot. You have some really broken items, and you have some really broken items, as in they quite literally don't work the way they're supposed to. Overall, the DLC is just very mid. That's it. That's really all there is to it. It's very mid. It's decent at best, and it's just not good. Not to mention the base game update that came with it just completely ruined the whole game with all the FPS issues and other issues and bugs tied to it. But at least the music is good.